Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How's it going, Trey Lamont? Hope you're doing well. Okay. Let's see. Let's get all this daily stuff out of the way, right? Before we talk about the decks that we're going to try out. That's done, that's done. I guess we'll just have to do some online to get the rest. How's it going, Shinigami? Hope you're doing well. How's it going, Jimmy Jack? Welcome to the stream. Welcome on in. Let's see. Premium token card sleeve, play that. 58 days to try and get it done. Let's see. Probably hold on before we do that. Sweets event. So let's make a deck. We're gonna try and make 2 decks today. We have 2 different ideas. I'll probably end up deleting one of these that we currently have. Maybe the Flareon Turtonator. Actually, I don't think we need to delete any decks. So the decks that we're going to try out, more or less, I think is going to be the Decidueye EX deck. We're going to give that another shot today. And we're going to give Soul Galo an attempt. However, I think Soul Galo is going to be the exact same as the Shiinotic build. We're just throwing in Sylveon instead. How's it going, Eternal Philosophies? We're having a lot of success with Soul Valley Charizard. It's good. Soul Valley Charizard is very good. So this is the deck idea, right? I don't know if it's the exact same per se. We run double Eevee, that lets you draw a card. And then we run double Sylveon. I could just throw one Eevee. If I threw one Eevee, one Sylveon, maybe that's better. You're on master rank right now. Nice. I also want to toss in leftovers on this, but I feel like we need red card and something else. There's no Cyrus in the deck. Don't play Sylveon, just play Shiinotic. I mean, I wanted to try and make a deck with Sylveon in the Soul Galo deck. But I'm trying to think, how do I possibly fit Sylveon in, but also keep Shiinotic? Yeah, Shiinotic can easily find you a Soul Galo. So I guess we're not playing Shiinotic today, or Soul Galo today then. Because I wanted to also throw leftovers in. Leftovers is like a new addition. I mean, I could still try it out. Leftovers is like a new addition. I'm thinking right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 trainer cards. I wonder if I should get rid of Mars for a red card. We also have a single leftovers. So it's technically the same exact deck. Deck recommended. I'm down to hear the idea, but I don't know if we're gonna try it out. Today I wanted to try a new Soul Galo variant with leftovers, but if it's gonna be just Shiinotic, I guess we don't play Soul Galo. Then I also want to play Decidueye EX today. Is Sylveon Charizard the best deck for ranked? I wouldn't say it's the best deck, but it's probably going to be a very strong deck. Yeah, because I don't know if it's worth playing Soul Galo just to talk about that there is a new card, Leftovers, that makes Soul Galo more consistent. Because every time a new card comes out, it could amplify and make another deck a little bit better. And in this case, Leftovers is that Pokemon tool that makes the Soul Galo deck a little bit better, because you're able to attack, and that 10 damage you do to yourself, you heal it back, and then you're back at full HP. It prevents you from getting one shot from like a Charizard EX, Shining Revelry. And it prevents you from getting one shot from a Howl with Incineroar, because they'll be doing 170 damage. Actually, no, they'll be able to kill you. This is mainly just prevent getting one shot from what? Charizard. Alright, so if we were to make a Decidueye deck then, we gotta throw in base Decidueye, I want to say. I also kind of want to throw back in Lurantis, but I don't think we have enough. I don't think we have enough to do that. Dartrix, Decidueye. So Decidueye lets us deal with the Oricorios. 70 damage. We have 3 evolutions here. We have Rare Candy, we have Iono. We do have Pheromosa, which I guess is good. It lets us fit everything in the deck, except for the red card that we don't have. So we're giving up red card and Mars to hold on to a Leaf Cape for a little bit of survivability if we want. And Erica for healing and double Howl. So I mean, I could still run this if you want. We could try this out. I think all we kicked out was Guzma. No, Iono. We kicked out Iono for a basic. So we have Decidueye EX built and ready. Any other like deck idea that we can try? I really wanted Soul Galo. Is no one playing Soul Galo Sylveon? Is that just not a thing? I guess I could always try it just to see. Sylveon Charizard is what people are playing. I see people are playing Giratina Darkrai, Guzz and Nihilego, Silvally, Rampardo still. You think the Decidueye deck would brick in ranked? Yeah, I'm trying to see what's another good deck we can make. Because at the moment, I think we're like maxed out. I could also just go one Howl, if anything. No, I want to keep Rampardo, Sylveon. I mean, it's an old deck. We're trying to find new decks here. You got Sylveon is better with Soul Galo. So Shiinotic, if we're looking at Shiinotic gives you a guaranteed Pokemon draw, right? So if Morlul was an Eevee, hypothetically speaking, and then you finally evolved it into a Sylveon, you get to draw more of your cards, but those cards might not be the cards you want. It's a draw 2 versus a draw 1 from Shiinotic, but Shiinotic at least is drawing you a Pokemon regardless. And as long as you have at least one Cosmoem in the deck, you're guaranteed able to evolve Soul Galo. It's a matter of when, not if. Versus Sylveon could technically just draw you 2 cards that don't even help you evolve. I guess that's the difference. And then even if the opponent red cards you after you draw all those cards, it doesn't matter because you can still just slowly evolve anyways without rare candy. So you're able to still take advantage of that without rare candy. I could try both out. I could still try Eevee, Sylveon out, and then hop in and then see how it works. There's also Gengar that's on the list. All right, you know what? Let's just try it. If anything, it'll be a different variant, right? I also think there is an Umbreon we can try out. We're gonna try a mix of everything, all right? So this is the deck list. Let's fix the dual energy. Current deck. All right, let's hop in to a random match just to try this out. Have I tried Leafeon, Flareon, Sylveon? Yes, we have a video on that as well. Espeon, Gengar, Sylveon is kind of good. I'm still thinking of making that Umbreon Dark Cry deck. There's a couple of decks I want to try out, but I want to try and make sure we get at least one of them to work in our favor, right? I feel like a Silvally could just be a different variant to the Shiinotic. I don't know if it's going to be as consistent as the Shiinotic, but it could still technically work, right? Like, we already have double Sylveon on the field. And this essentially means that we're going to be able to do what? 4 cards next turn? Like, that's an optimal start, right? It's way better than Shiinotic. For this first turn, this first situation. Double Sylveon is crazy. We're drawing 5 cards next turn. And that's without using Professor's Research. I just don't know if I want to hold on to Mars or not, because I guess when they eventually do kill one of your EXs, Mars will be good. That's why you want to hold on to Mars. But I wonder if it's going to be too late by then. Alright, so we evolve no matter what. Double. Cosmog is finally here, and we have rare candy. And we Professors. And we got the Soul Galo. It's like we got every card. 6 cards remaining, and they still have 11. Like, that's pretty wild, no? Rare candy. Rising Road. I could Sabrina but I don't have a Cyrus. So if they Sabrina into the Guzz, I can never bring that other Guzz back. So there's no reason to Sabrina right here. And we have the second Cosmog. Our entire deck has been built. I want to say that feels like it was faster than Shiinotic. That felt faster than Shiinotic. I need a Guzma. One Oricorio and it's over. Oh, true. But I think Soul Galeo decks usually get hurt by Soul Galeo, right? Even if you're playing Shiinotic. I think even in a Shiinotic team. Energy, leftovers to heal up a little bit. Rare Candy again. Second Soul Galeo. Yeah, I do think our one Kryptonite. Oh, I could have cleansed this poison, by the way. So the poison's not that bad. We don't really need Guzma. All I could have done was just Rising Roads, the Soul Galeo on the back. And then Rising Roads to bring Soul Galeo back to the front. And then, boom. It's cleansed. We don't take any damage this turn. Technically, I needed to do that because I think we're dead here. If he has Lucamine, we die. So that's the bad news. Bad news is we die. Good news is all we got to do is wait just one more turn and we win with Sabrina. This is why we're in a public match right now, just to try the deck out. Just so I can get a feel of how we play Soul Galeo again. But we technically could have won this turn. I don't think I should have entered in with Soul Galeo, by the way, either. Considering that they can't... I mean, they could technically one-shot with a red if I put Sylveon in. But I'm hoping they don't grind core and land heads, right? Because then we're back at square one. Okay. Their only way to win was grind core. I think they should have done that, to be honest. Just so they can hopefully not have a Sabrina on them. So I don't know if we need a Guzma. I think we're okay. I want to say we're fine. It's faster if we start with double Sylveon. Yeah. I can still try it out in ranked mode if you want. We have Mars in the deck over a red card because if they kill one of our Soul Galeos, we're technically free to just Mars. And they go down to 1. Now the problem is we can't kill a Oricorio. But yes or no, the other Soul Galeo Shiinotic deck also kind of gets nerfed, or it also gets shut down from an Oricorio, right? Because I don't think Shiinotic, yes, Shiinotic can do damage, 40 damage in 2 hits, and the Oricorio's down. But I don't think, I mean, I guess actually Shiinotic can, because you have 2 Shiinotics. We don't really have an answer against Oricorio, and there's a lot of them running around. Maybe this deck isn't that great. Maybe the deck's not that great. How's it going, Shadow Ice? Yeah, there's a lot of Oricorio running around, especially with Tapu Koko. I'm gonna go ahead and Sabrina them. Slows down their tempo because they're not able to draw a card anymore, but I can draw mine. Keep the two Eevee and Sylveon, but have a normal Leafeon. So just throw in one, but there wouldn't be any way to get grass energy if I threw that in. What beats Ori with Tapu? Does the Eevee deck fare against it? Eevee deck fares against it, yes, because you have a base Leafeon and Leafeon EX, which means you're able to go Leafeon EX and build up energy. I think I have to leftovers my Eevee. I don't think I want to leftovers my Eevee anymore. Yeah, I can definitely see. I mean, if this was more LOL, we're not really doing anything right now. Soul Valley with Soul Galo could be my answer. No, because the main reason why you go Shinotaka is to get guaranteed double Soul Galo very quickly. We're dead. Yeah, we're dead. Gengar Sylveon was also a deck I wanted to try out, because the sooner you can actually build your Gengar, the sooner you shut down their supports, right? And with Sylveon, kind of makes sense because it's a psychic only deck. The thing is, how do you deal with an Oricorio again? I'm gonna put leftovers on the Cosmog in the back, so we don't get our Sylveons, which suck. Sil Valley plus Jolteon, you think? I'll write it down. Two Soul Valley and a Soul Galeo is nothing to sneeze at. True. I want to try Umbreon and Dark Cry. I think that's a deck we'll try out in ranked mode. Alright, we got one of our Soul Galeos back, which is good, and a rare candy. We already used our Sabrina early game. Alright, rare candy. If they have a Sabrina of their own, they just flat out win. There's nothing I can really do. Not until we find the other rare candy and the other Soul Galo, and we don't have a single Professors. But we've somehow pulled almost our entire deck. 6 cards remaining. 2 of them are Professor's Research. Tapu Koko could work with Jolteon and Oricorio. They don't have it. However, I can't use a healing item, so I'm dead. I think that's a GG. We needed the other Soul Galo, but even if we did Soul Galo, we don't have enough energy and we can't heal, so we're technically dead, yeah. GG to them. All right, let's try out a different one. We're gonna try out an Umbreon deck. You tried Umbreon, Dark Cry, Nihilego, but it's not good against Charizard decks and big HP with big damage. Then you tried Crobat, Umbreon, Arceus, which was cool, but Dark Cry, Nihilego, Umbreon. With double barb, right? Darkrai is a basic, Arceus is a basic. Once you get to Crobat, you got to throw in rare candies into the mix. Versus if you have Nihilego, you can just run double Nihilego. And then you go Barb. Really? I only have one of these ripple effects? I gotta check to see. I can throw all this in. So throwing in double research, Kuzma, all the other necessary things I want to say. We got 2 cards remaining. What should those 2 cards be? Umbreon only needs 1 energy to attack. Do I need Guzz? No, I don't think we need Guzz in the deck. I think Darkrai should be fine, but I'm thinking if we need to get a giant cape for Darkrai. I'm thinking if we want a little bit of healing with Poke Center Lady. We have 2 extra cards. We already have a red card. We have Sabrina, Cyrus, Guzma. No stage 2 Pokemon, so no Lily required. We have double Barb, so maybe no Rocky Helmet because of that. I could always put a Leaf in just in case I start with Darkrai. Giratina, of course. No, this is not a Giratina deck. So the options are Leaf in case we start with Darkrai, which would suck. Or if we wanted to swap off Umbreon, also a possibility. And then what else? You think Pokemon Com? There's Red, Poke Center Lady, and Iono. I could throw an Iono. Maybe Iono over Pokecom, but then we do have a lot of trainers. You think X speed? Yeah, maybe X speed. We go X speed, 1 leaf. Just so we have maximum swap. X speed because we can swap from Nihilego if we start with Nihilego. Leaf because we can swap from Darkrai. Or I guess X speed is the EVs in the front if we wanted to swap. But we'll have a leaf in the future for an Umbreon. I think it's mainly for the Nihilegos, and we saved the leaf. Alright, we got a pure dark deck. Kinda. Umbreon, Darkrai, Nihilego. That's the deck list. Probably Eevee EX and a Sylveon as well. Let me update the deck list on the right side and we'll see. What should we get rid of? If we wanted to actually throw in a Sylveon into the deck. Because if we throw Sylveon and we evolve the front into Sylveon, Sylveon won't be able to attack. And we're gonna need to have like some kind of way to retreat off of them. Why the heck do influencers have all the cards so fast? I mean, part of being a content creator is you have to get all the cards as soon as possible so you can make decks and upload videos. So usually whenever a new expansion comes out, I'll at least drop like $100, open up 100 plus packs, just so we can get a majority of the Pokemon cards, and then we can make most of the decks to try out. Is there a PC client for Pokemon TCGP? Not that I know of, no. Alright, so we are going second, and we have double Darkrai in the back. I think 1 Darkrai is good enough. I think we want to do double Nihilego. 1 Umbreon, 1 Darkrai. We do have X speed, which is good. What did he take? Ah, he used a professor's research. Good thing I can just red card him from that professor's. And end turn. So Passimian is an EX, right? So once we go Umbreon, it can't attack us, I'm pretty sure. There goes our Eevee finally. No guaranteed on the Umbreon, and I don't think we're going to be... Oh, we are taking extra 20 damage. I could technically apply the poison to him, but it won't really do us much. Let's just hit him with it, I guess. New wave. Sucks that Nihilego is weak to fighting, because then we could have lived 1 attack, and then we could have gone to the Eevee Umbreon. Yeah, I guess if I let my Nihilego die, I could have put all the energy to Darkrai in the back. We would have technically killed the Passimian. This would have been a Passimian kill right here. All right, let's go ahead and professors. No Umbreon yet, man. I think I have to top deck, to be honest with you. Go to the one that doesn't have any energy. All right. So unless they have a whatchamacallit, let's go ahead and leave. Retreat off Dark Cry. Go Umbreon. Hit for 40. Passimian is a basic, so they won't be able to attack. No, Lucamine doesn't work on Darkrai. They need Soul Valley here with a trainer. Interesting. Finally got our Barb. Energy Darkrai. So now when they attack, they're taking Barb damage, which is good. Research. We get Cyrus next turn if we ever need to. Type Null can't attack, so it has to evolve here. Oh yeah, that's the evolution. Professor's Research seals the deal. No way they don't have Soul Valley. Good news is they do get hit with Barb, and I can always just Darkrai. I think this works out. I just Darkrai, kill the Soul Valley, then Cyrus, the Passimian, and we win. They have no energy on the field. Yeah, I think this wins, surprisingly. Put a Barb up on ourselves as well. We'll swing in. We want to kill the Soul Valley because they could have another red. Actually, red wouldn't even kill us, right? Soul Valley would do 120. But this way, they can't attack with the Soul Valley in the back. They can't attack with Old Amber, Aerodactyl, whoever. They can only attack with Passimian, which we have a Cyrus to bring it back. And if they try to Mars their red card, I mean, we only need... We draw 2 cards still, right? If they Mars. And even if he does have Cyrus, Passimian, he still can't kill the Darkrai in the back. Although I guess he would eventually kill it. Alright, we're good. You recently started playing again. I literally just genetic Apex before and was going for a Buzz Pheromosa deck, but couldn't pull a Buzz. Got 2 Tapu Koko EX and made a Sil Valley Tapu Koko. Deck won 10 out of 11 random matches. Dang. Is Tapu Koko Sil Valley really that good? Better write that down on my list as well. Sil Valley plus Tapu Koko EX. Is it really that good? We're gonna try out like a lot of we're gonna try a lot of matches in a lot of different games, or deck lists rather. Alright, so the first one we're gonna try is Umbreon. So let's update the actual deck list here. What is the meta deck right now for Master Ball? Probably Sylveon, Giratina, Greninja, and then Flareon, Leafeon with Sylveon as well. Zero Aura plus that trainer that gives electric to knockouts. That work well. Oh, and Zero Aura in the deck. I'll write it down and we try it. Not try it, but we'll think. I'm down to always try new decks. All right, we're going first, and we do have Dark in the front, which is not that great for us. We do have a Leaf somewhere in the deck, just one. It's a good thing we did start with Barb. I guess that kind of helps a little bit, but not really a lot. Let's hope that Professors can give us a Leaf by chance, because then we can evolve our Eevee. Double Eevee, Nihilego. Let's go ahead and put Nihilego down. I'll put Eevee down. They can't attack right now. It's just drawing a card, so they won't get hit with the Barb. So I think I'm going to wait just one more turn before we do anything. I doubt they're going to red card when I have 4 cards in hand. They could. There's a good reason why they could. Alright, so unfortunately, we're not able to actually do anything there. I can go ahead, put energy. I don't know if they're running Leafeon or Sylveon. I think it's just Sylveon. But I'll go Barb in the front anyways. And then we'll just evolve and get it over with on the back. And then we're good. Next turn, at the very least, I can X speed and start hitting with Umbreon and kill the Eevee if he doesn't find anything. If he doesn't find anything with 6 cards and he attacks again to draw a card. Come on, don't find anything. 10 cards remaining. Don't find your Sylveon. Ah, they found it. We have a Sabrina. I could technically Sabrina and hit the Charizard first if I wanted to, but that won't stop it. Wait, they might be bricking. Unless he's just thinking if he wants to swap. They're actually bricking. Interesting. I do have a Cyrus, so we can always kill the Sylveon later on. So no matter what, I'm going to retreat here, I think. Do I want to retreat? I don't think I wanted to retreat, but I think I'm going to retreat. And the main reason why is because Charizard can't kill until he stokes, which lets me build up more energy on my Darkrai. Umbreon is only going to be a +1 for them. So they have to go through multiple +1s before they get to Darkrai, and then Darkrai can finally clean up afterwards. I think that's the play versus keep Darkrai in, and then Darkrai dies, and then I just can't do anything after the fact, right? At least with Umbreon, we're still getting damage in, and they only get +1, which is good enough for me. And I think that's the play. And I was hoping that we would find our other Barb, so when they do attack, they're going to have to go through double Umbreon with at least one Barb on it. And then all extra energy can just go to the Darkrai. Now, I am thinking I Sabrina here, because Sabrina plus Darkrai will get a guaranteed kill. And then whenever I get Cyrus, we can Cyrus to Sylveon, and Sylveon's dead. We don't even have to deal with the Charizard. That's probably going to be the better play than trying to force kill a Sylveon, and then I Sabrina later when they double evolve the Charizards. Let's just try and get a kill right here, right now. Darkrai, energy. Bring him down to 40, and then kill him here. Now we just need one single card, Darkrai. We get a guaranteed win. We have 8 cards remaining. So it's a clock right now. Either we can try and kill a Charizard when it comes in and stokes by hitting it enough with Umbreons, and then Darkrai cleans up, or we just pull our Cyrus and win. But at least we have options on what we can do. Here comes the Charizard. Because we gotta hope that this Charizard can't stay alive after we do 60 damage per turn with Barb. I know they have Lily, so they'll heal the 60 damage we do. But at least they're only getting plus. Interesting. Hit me with the Guzma early, because they want a Lily next turn. Alright, interesting play. Let's go ahead and red card. Maybe we get the Lily out of their hand. Energy Darkrai. 20 damage. 40 damage. Umbreon. They're in one-shot range to Dark... They're not in one-shot range to Darkrai. We needed that Barb. Where Candy? They got the other one up. So they did not pull Lily. My red card did mess them up a little bit, which is why they ended up building another Charizard, I think. Because they're going to swap to the other Charizard this turn. Ooh, Cyrus, you are taking your sweet time. I hope you know that, alright? Let's go ahead and Dark Energy again. So assuming they don't have Lily, they have to swap and stoke, which buys us another turn to find Cyrus. If they do have Lily, they can just swing in here and they win the game. And we have to hope we top deck in a 1 in 5. Alright, we forced them to swap because we red carded them. So now they have to stoke, which is wasting their turn. Which buys us one more turn to find a Cyrus. So we'll be drawing until 3 cards. We'll be drawing 2 cards at least before the game's over or decided. Guzma does us nothing, unfortunately. Energy's gonna keep going to Darkrai no matter what. Hit him with Dark Binding. We're still waiting. It's a 25% chance now. Do we believe in the 25%? Come on, 25. Ah, you had to do that. So the most I'm doing is 100 damage. He has 140, and Giant Cape lets us do 120. That's all she wrote. Let's just see. Where was my Goose? Where was my Cyrus? It was the next card after. Feels bad. Well played. Part of me is wondering if we should throw a Giant Cape in, just so we can Giant Cape the Dark Cry. But we gotta admit, that was some pretty bad luck in terms of Cyrus being at the very bottom. Do we need a Giant Cape? That's the question. I think it's one game doesn't really determine. Let's keep going. I don't think one game determines it. Charizard was probably going to be our literal worst matchup because of how tanky the HP was. The only thing that made it worse was they used Guzma to get rid of the barbs, and if they didn't, then we could have technically won if they had no Guzma active. So there's a lot that happened. We also had Cyrus at the very bottom. Very early to say if we changed the deck off of one single game. Alright, we're going second. We got Nihilego in the front. We'll go Darkrai in the back. We do have an X-Speed, which is why we're going to go Nihilego in the front. It's against an Oricorio. So they're going Oricorio, Giratina, Greninja, I think. Or they could be going Sylveon, Greninja, Oricorio instead. It might be a Sylveon instead. Giratina. Getting a Giratina turn 1 is always a feels good for that Broken Space Bellow. Not necessarily a feels good for me though, you know? Alright, so I'm not gonna Sabrina. We'll let the Oricorio stay in the front. Why not? We got our double Pokeball. I do think I'm gonna put energy on Nihilego, just so we can start the poison. And I'm able to attack the Darkrai, or the Oricorio, which is nice. So we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and put another Nihilego down. And then we'll red card. And then I think we're going to end turn. Yeah, we're going to end turn. So if they Sabrina, we can X-Speed off of the other Nihilego, which is nice. We're saving a slot for Umbreon, because Giratina can't attack Umbreon if we attack first. The defending Pokemon won't be able to attack, which is Giratina in this instance. Oricorio can't even attack in this instance because of no lightning energy. There goes our Umbreon. But now, since they did evolve into Greninja, I'm trying to find out, do we want to commit to Oricorio? I attack for 30. And then he'll take another 30 at the end of the turn, or 20, and then he'll eventually die, and then Greninja comes and cleans up, and we're dead. I think we just build energy on Darkrai and then just chill for a teeny bit. No reason to actually swing in just yet with the Nihilego and get antsy. Unless they have an X-Speed Greninja, I can put energy on Darkrai, and then we're in a stalemate where if he makes the first move, I can still clean up. I think the opponent also forgot about Water Shuriken last turn. Okay, we got the Eevee. If I don't attack, he can't Cyrus and Oricorio and Greninja, or Giratina. So if I don't attack, or Darkrai in the back lives. One more turn. Which means I think we build Darkrai again. And then I just end turn. Because by doing it that way, he doesn't get a free swap and he needs to X-Speed and Cyrus to kill Darkrai in this turn. And now at least we have energy on Darkrai that he's ready to go. Alright, so he is going to opt to swap. I think we're going with Eevee here. Umbreon doesn't really do us anything, sadly. I could Sabrina. Sabrina seems smart, I'm not gonna lie. If my Sabrina puts in either Froakie, Giratina, if he puts in Giratina, he won't be able to attack, and then we're good. If he puts in the other Froakie or the Oricorio, if he puts the Oricorio in, then I kill, and then he gets a free swap to Giratina, which is also equally bad. Not gonna lie, I think we're in for some trouble. I'm just gonna attack with Umbreon. The fact that we haven't found a Barb yet is kind of hurting a little bit. All right. So if I don't kill the Greninja this turn, he's just gonna Water Shuriken. I think we're dead here. If I go in with Darkrai and kill, he'll just come in with Giratina and kill back. If I swap to any other Pokemon, he'll just kill and hit the Giratina, or the Greninja, or the Umbreon, rather. Most I can do is 60 damage this turn. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think we're dead, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I'm gonna have to put in the Darkrai that has 140 HP. Like, I'm assuming the Greninja's gonna... Like, the best thing that could happen for me is if he Water Shurikens the Umbreon in the front and then swaps to the... Oh, man. I needed him to swap to the other Giratina. No, we're cooked. So if he Water Shurikens the front, I have to put in Nihilego and then X speed over. But I don't have enough energy still. Right? And Nihilego would just die to the Water Shuriken. So I need to put in the Dark Cry that actually has max energy. Believe it or not. No, this is not good. And then I have to actually just swap over to the other Darkrai. Because if I attack here, he swaps and he kills. This is just delaying the inevitable. I think we're cooked here. I wish we actually had a good start to this match. Could have been great. But the Nihilego start wasn't what we wanted. We need Umbreon to start. Alright, well played. Dang, Umbreon, man. Umbreon's letting me down. That cape is looking pretty helpful. Giant cape. What do you think we throw in exchange for a giant cape? Or what do you think we take out? Guzma? Yeah, I'm not sure what I want either. Play some other deck. It's only been 2 games. I want to add in a giant cape. I'm gonna get rid of Guzma. Alright, this is the deck now. We got Giant Cape for the Dark Rise. Let's try one more game. If we go 0-3 with the deck, then yeah, I guess we'll chop it up. Chop it up, say it's not that great. I wish Umbreon was a little bit better, to be honest, but Umbreon is Umbreon. Alright, we got Eevee going second here with Umbreon and a Barb in hand. This is a very good start. Here we have an X speed, so if we somehow find another Pokeball, we could swap from that Pokemon back over to Eevee. They're popping down another Eevee and a Togepi. So I guess they're running Sylveon, Togepi, Togekiss, Cynthia. I love how after Sylveon EX came out, everyone is throwing Sylveon EX in literally every single deck. Decks that have Psychic Energy, decks that don't have Psychic Energy, everyone is getting a Sylveon, pretty much. So let's thin our hand as best as possible, just to prevent ourselves from getting hit with a red card or anything. I say we thin our hand, but then we're drawing a card, which is building our hand, so little counterintuitive action happening. Let's just pray that they don't actually red card or Mars this turn. 4 cards in our hand. We need this Umbreon, man. Ooh, 20 energy, 20 damage. And every time we put more energy on any of our other Pokemon, he's going to be doing extra 20 damage. So if I pull a Darkrai, it's going to be interesting to see if we want to actually energy it or not. We are doing 60. No, we're killing. Never mind. Espeon goes down, unfortunately. So Umbreon lets us do 60 damage. They're weak to Dark. And then we just put energy on our Nihilego. And then we swing in here. We'll do 60. And then the Poison's going to do an additional 30. They lose all energy. They've lost their stage 1. And Umbreon is looking strong right now. I'm assuming they're trying to find a rare candy, right? There's no way. There is no way, right? Ooh, Darkrai's coming in clutch just in time. Energy Darkrai puts the Eevee down to 40. This might be game, I think. And then we attack. Because Togekiss with Cynthia needs double energy. And then they can start swinging in. They don't have any energy. And we're doing 60 damage per turn. And if they swing, they're taking another 30 damage because of the Poison Barb. Just too much, man. We had everything going. That was nice. That was ideal. All right. We're on the board. Umbreon Darkrai. That was technically the best start we could have had, to be fair with you. Like, all we realistically need is either going first or either going second, but we need Eevee in hand. Because it doesn't matter if we start with second energy or first energy, as long as we can have our Umbreon attack with 1 energy, then that's good, you know? We're going second, I think. We have Nihilego in the front against, I think, Eevee, Giratina, Greninja. Since they're going first, we do not want them to get Giratina. So alright, nice. Because then they're able to ramp up, and then it technically turns this game into their win. Let's go ahead and Pokeball here if I can drag it up. Sabrina does this nothing because they're running the same exact deck. If we get an X speed, we'll just put energy on Darkrai, I think. Actually, they're able to evolve this turn, right? I kind of want to go Nihilego and then Darkrai on the back. And that might be losing a lot of energy, but because we have double Nihilego and we're able to attack for 30, they'll be taking 60 every single turn. Actually, they'll be taking 90. I attack for 30. At the end of my turn, they take another 30 because of the poison. And then they take another 30 again at the end of their turn. So we'll be doing 90 damage a turn. So them evolving means Sylveon takes 90 whole damage. And with a Cyrus to bring it back, that's an easy EX pickup if we need to. And then we can just Sabrina later on, hopefully. The question is, should we Sabrina right now? Sylveon's going to be able to attack next turn, so we do not Sabrina. I was going to say, if they put energy anywhere else, maybe Sabrina's good. But because they're telegraphing that Sylveon's going to attack here, I think just swinging in and letting that poison tick is going to be the strongest play here. So, no Sabrina. Let's go ahead, just new wave, attack. Hit him for 30. Poison, hit him for another 30. And then at the end of their turn, they take an additional 30. They go down from 80 to 50. Darkrai takes him from 50 to 30. And then the poison damage, it takes him down to 20 or 10. So sadly, they still get to live. So we might have to throw in the other Nihilego, realistically. And then just let the other Nihilego take the damage. Rare Candy, Greninja. Let's see if they forget to water. Aw. Some people forget to water Shuriken. So we definitely can't throw Darkrai in, because Darkrai will get one shot. Oh, they're only taking 20 this turn. Unfortunately. Let's go ahead. Professor's Research. Giant Cape is exactly what we needed. Let's go ahead and Giant Cape our Nihilego. So now it forces the Greninja to actually hit the Nihilego if they want to. And then we'll Darkrai. And then end turn. Because Darkrai can still clean up next turn. And they're forced to attack here with Sylveon if they want to kill the Nihilego and focus all their energy, Water Shuriken, onto the Nihilego. Huh. Kind of hoping that water energy does not go to Greninja. It does. Still winnable, I want to say. They're at 40 HP. We can only do 20. Theoretically speaking, I could Umbreon, kill the Sylveon, and we get her +2. Problem is, if I do that, they'll Greninja and attack me. And then I'll go down to 20 HP. And our Umbreon technically will die next turn to a Water Shuriken. Which the odds of them having another Greninja with 2 cards remaining are very, very high. So I don't think we come out on this on top. Let's put Eevee in. They take 10. I hit with Darkrai. Umbreon is a 2 retreat. We have Leaf. Energy on Darkrai makes him go down from 30 to 10. I end my turn. They take the additional 10. They die. They can't one-shot my Umbreon, right? In the front line. So I can just leaf off next turn. Actually, they can. 20, 40... They can one-shot if they have another Greninja. So I need to leaf and go to my Darkrai, sadly. They're doing exactly 100 damage. So we'll just go to Darkrai and then end turn. Yeah, with double Water Shuriken, they definitely can. So we're trying to play around that. At least now we live with 20 HP, but I don't see how we actually come back. Especially because I don't have Barb. We couldn't find a single one of our Barbs. That's okay. Not much we could have done, right? Most I was going to do is 100 damage next turn. We needed a Barb or something. Dang, man. It's hard to get the ball rolling. So I've noticed we can win games if we start with Umbreon and start swinging in for 40 damage on Umbreon, I think. But if we're building a Nihilego, it's not good because we're investing too much energy into Nihilego. So I think Umbreon I think I need to rethink the deck. Umbreon, Dark Cry can work, but only if I find another Pokemon that's not Nihilego that has 1 energy to attack. It needs to be another Pokemon that needs 1 single energy to attack. Because double energy on Nihilego really sucks when we're going second, and we want that first energy advantage to be towards, well, either a Darkrai or either an Umbreon. Alright, we're going second. We got Nihilego in the front. We got energy advantage. I think they're going Sylveon, Flareon, Leafeon, which means that because we have energy advantage, they can't one-shot us immediately with that Leafeon that they evolve into. That's the good news. We're going to find out what Pokeball gives us and whether we want to actually put energy on Nihilego or not. Let's see. We got a Darkrai. Alright, Darkrai's going down. Doesn't matter if I Sabrina. If I try and build Nihilego, it doesn't really do anything. So we're just going to put energy on Darkrai here, I think. I'll Barb up the front. Thins my hand. Not like they're able to attack this turn anyways, but I want to get the Barb out of my hand anyways. Yeah, because I figured they were going to evolve into Leafeon this turn, and if I build up the Nihilego, it doesn't matter. We're doing 30 damage. Not really going to be a whole lot, right? I think building a Darkrai in the back is going to be way better. Especially if they're going to be swinging in next turn. Put down the Eevee to protect us from a Sabrina. I could always Sabrina myself. But I think I save Sabrina in the future, because if I can just kill the Leafeon, Sabrina gets us the actual guaranteed against the other Eevee. So we'll do that, and then we'll end turn here. Again, Sabrina can get us a win against one of these Pokemon. Giant Cape doesn't keep them alive, I don't think, because once they attack here in the front, they'll take 10 at the end of their turn, and then 10 at the end of my turn, which means, yeah, we're good. Ooh, not unless he heals with Eevee Bag. So the most we're doing is what? 100 damage? He's living, unfortunately. Alright, Eevee Bag keeps him alive. I'm gonna have to wait one more turn, sadly. Me without a Guzma, woe is me. We got Cyrus, let's go ahead and Pokeball. Another Eevee. Energy on Dark Cry. And end turn. So Leafeon is back in one-shot range. If they kill Eevee, we just Dark Cry. And as long as they don't have a Sabrina in their hand with Flareon, then we should be good to Sabrina them and kill them. It's going to come down to the battle of the bricks. Who's going to brick? Me or him? We've got a Cyrus in case he runs here. Retreating would be a smart play, to be honest. Yep. All right, there goes the retreat. So I'm wondering, should I Cyrus and kill? Or should I hold off? Because now at the very... I guess I hold off. We have Umbreon in the front. I can just Energy Darkrai, Umbreon attack, and we're good to go. We get our +1. And they won't expect a Cyrus later on, right? Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I actually just fumbled. I'm gonna have to leaf out to save this now. And hope they don't have an Eevee bag in hand. I thought my Umbreon had energy on it, and I completely forgot that we were attacking at the beginning with Nihilego, and that was where our energy went. We're going to swing in. The only way that Flareon can do enough damage is with red and Flareon in hand. And they've been bricking, so I'm hoping that the brick continues. If not, then, well, they win off of a Flareon Eevee bag or a Flareon red. Moment of truth. Well, they can't red. So we're safe from that. Now it's going to come down to Eevee bag, Flareon. And with Sylveon, I think that's a guaranteed Eevee bag, Flareon. So we might actually lose here. We gotta hope their Eevee bag is the bottom 3. Yeah, that's plus up, right? And then swap. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this deck could be good if Nihilego just wasn't in the deck. Because not starting with Umbreon is a very shameful thing. If we could start with Umbreon and just swing in for 1 energy, because after Umbreon is... Because in my head I'm thinking, oh yeah, Umbreon's going to have energy. It's 1 energy to attack, or I wouldn't have energy early on. I keep forgetting, starting with Nihilego is the reason why we're messing up. Every game I think we've had where we start with Umbreon, I think we've won. Time to change the deck. What other dark Pokemon could we throw in? What other dark Pokemon is a 1 energy attacker? Unless I just kicked out Nihilego. And I just ran Umbreon Dark Cry, which would be crazy to do. Viper's a 70 energy attacker for 2. 1 retreat cost. Discard all Pokemon tools. It's a stage 1 though, so it'd take up a little bit more space. Unless I just put 1 in. I could put 1 in the deck. You had some good success with Crobat, Umbreon, Arceus. Do we think Crobat, Umbreon, Arceus is better? Crobat's 1 attack, Umbreon's 1 attack, everything else goes to Arceus. Darkrai would be replaced in the deck for Arceus. I could give it a shot, but it's gonna cost a lot more. We're gonna need rare candies. I guess the barbs get taken out for rare candies. So barbs are replaced with rare candies. Darkrai is replaced with Arceus. Probably don't need X speed because I get a free retreat off of Crobat anyways, and if I'm on Umbreon, I want to be on Umbreon, and I can't X speed off of Arceus because Leaf is going to be better. So I could do that. Double Zubat, double Crobat, double Umbreon, double Eevee, double Arceus, red card, rare candy, Pokeball, research, Sabrina Cyrus, Leaf. But I could also go Ilima over Leaf if I want to. Unless we think Leaf is going to be better. I could Ilima, so then if it's a retreat technically, but I mean, it's losing all energy. You did give yourself one Dawn if you want to switch from Crobat to Arceus. Sylveon, Crobat, Arceus works as well. Nah, not today, Dan. So what do we think? Dawn, Ilima, or Leaf then? Or Dawn, yeah, Dawn, Ilima, or Leaf. I think Sabrina Cyrus is still good. We're just trying to decide between Ilima, Dawn, or Leaf. But the rest of the cards in the deck, I think, are pretty good. I think the rest of the cards are pretty much staples. We're just trying to figure out the last supporter, whether we want to Dawn energy from Crobat if we're attacking in the front line, or if we want to Ilima, Arceus if he's in the front line, or if he attacks and he's about to die, I could still just Ilima, which could technically help us. I think Leaf over Ilima, in my opinion, and then it's going to come down to if we want to actually use Dawn or not, right? That's it. You tried Crobat, Arceus. Yeah, that's probably going to be the better play versus Umbreon. I'm trying to force Umbreon to work here, and it's just not working out. We're deranking quite a bit. Alright, we're going first, which means we get to evolve first from Zubat into Crobat if we want. And if we're able to get an Arceus and a Crobat with rare candy in hand right now, technically we could kill the Charmander before he gets a chance to evolve, which would be very punishing in my opinion. So it's Professor's Research here. We got another Zubat, so I can put down both Zubats, it's okay. I can put down the Eevee, which is also okay. And then I'll just red card. So I think it's impossible to find an Arceus and a Crobat now at this stage. The only way is if we end up getting, say, a Professor's Research, and we Professor's Research into Arceus and Crobat, then we can make magic happen. Other than that, we're just kind of chilling, we're waiting for now. They got their Eevee, Sylveon, another Charmander. They can't evolve this turn, so Combustion is all they can do. We found our Arceus. But alas, it doesn't matter. I'll just go damage on Arceus. Umbreon in the back, thinner hand, and we'll end turn. But no X speeds in the deck, no Leafs. We're hoping for a Zubat evolve to actually retreat. There goes their Sylveon. Don't tell me with... There's no way. Double Professor's Research and a Sylveon, they still can't find their Charmander with Rare Candy. I feel for them. I feel bad because we got our Crobat. And we're doing 30 damage. And I'm swinging in for the 50 because they can't attack me without their... They probably got rid of Charmeleon, first of all. They're running pure fire energy, second of all. And their Sylveon is quite useless and can't do anything. So we're going to take this 1 energy, 80 damage per turn guaranteed, especially with a Cyrus in hand if they wanted Sylveon to try and be a tank. This is looking good. Oh, this is very strong. It sucks that Umbreon's not doing anything. I feel like their best move is retreat into the Eevee. So I don't hit the EX. And I don't kill their... Wow, okay. Suit yourself, I suppose. Arceus. Boom. And Darkness Fang. Now all we gotta do is wait 1 more turn. Arceus can swing in Cyrus and we win. Not bad for game 1. Umbreon did literally nothing, sadly. And funny enough, Umbreon attacking the front and Crobat being in the back to using Cunning Link. Crobat still does more damage than Umbreon anyways, because it's doing 50 on the Darkness Fang. I guess the difference is Crobat can stay safe, whereas Umbreon can make it so if they are using just a basic Pokemon, they can't attack again. But I'm starting to wonder if Sylveon is just better in this deck than Umbreon, because Umbreon did nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and just Cyrus immediately, just so they know what's going on. Even if we didn't have Cyrus here, let's be honest, we're doing 80 damage to the Charizard, and then we're doing an additional 130 after the fact. 20, 40, 60, 130, because of all of our bench Pokemon. 80 plus 130 is a lot of damage for even Lily to try and heal. Win and Umbreon is just sitting. Leave to keep the energy up since you have no energy gen abilities. The reason why I didn't want to leave was because I wanted to make sure... I wanted to make sure that we, what am I thinking? Use Crobat's ability to just get a free swap. Or the free retreat cost. Alright, we're going second. I think against another Charmander. Charmander Sylveon decks are very popular, it seems. Good news is we're going second, so we get energy advantage. Bad news is they're going first, so they get evolution advantage. And if they evolve and start stoking, I think that's basically it. GG. I think we're technically cooked. Oh, Charmander Incineroar. They could technically brick then. They're running double evolutions here. So let's go double Eevee. Just because if they try to Sabrina this turn, we still get a chance to actually attack with Umbreon. Speaking of brick, I think they are bricking. I could have Ilema'd this turn, funny enough. Alright, Arceus is down. Zubat is down. Energy on Arceus. Let's evolve the front. Evolve the back. And we're going to swing in with Dark Binding. Part of me feels like I should have Ilema'd this turn, but that was a good Professor's Research to get energy going on Arceus immediately. Charmander can't attack anymore, so he has to evolve and Stoke. I mean, when I said evolve, I didn't mean evolve into Charmeleon, because he doesn't even have the energy now. Another Arceus. We'll just double up on Arceus here, I think. And Dark Binding. So now Arceus is guaranteed ready to go. It does suck that we're taking 10 every single turn. They finally found their Charizard, but at what cost? Their Charizard, even with a Lily this turn, is still going to go down to an Arceus, no? And they don't even have Incineroar built on the back yet. We got the Crobat. Yeah, there's no way Lily can stop this. Hit him for that. Energy on Arceus. Dark Binding to swing in. So we're all set up on Arceus here. And we have another Arceus in the back. So once they do finally kill Umbreon in the front, we can start building another one. And once we kill the Charizard, if they did do damage to this Arceus in the front somehow with like an Incineroar, Rare Candy, then we're able to Ilema and bring it back if they burn us. So overall, I think we're looking good right now. I think Umbreon did do a little bit of work being able to swing in and attack while our Crobats are protected. Or Crobat, rather. Singular. Alright, so we're keeping just one Crobat. And I'm going to go with the plan of another Arceus that we can build, because we can always Ilema the front. Cunning Link hits the Charizard. And 130 finishes the Charizard. They've used double Lily, which means that even if they do have an Arceus or an Incineroar, it's not going to be able to live for long. And the most damage it's doing is what? 140 when it does have damage on it. I guess technically more with Howl. Oh, no Ilema for us, but we'll see if Iono helps them out. They drew. Oh, we got Iono. Or we got Ilema. Did they find Rare Candy? Incineroar? 2 cards out of 4. Long pause, I'm assuming. No, yeah. I don't know why they try to build 2 different type of win conditions here with Charizard and Incineroar. Usually just one Pokemon is good enough. I don't think you need 2 of them, because then you're going to end up bricking. Oh yeah, Arceus can't be burned. You're right. So we wouldn't have taken any damage. And we would have been dishing out 160 damage, right? Still not enough to one-shot an Incineroar, and they'd be at 2 energy. So even if they did evolve, we would have been in a bad spot. They'd be at 2 energy. I'm doing 160 damage. They live at 20. They can easily swing back for 140, and I'm dead. Because Arceus only has 140 HP. We don't have a giant cape in the deck. Part of me feels like we need to put a giant cape in the deck. Okay, we're going first. We got Rare Candy, Crobat, and Umbreon. 3 good cards. All we're missing is just 1 more Eevee on the back, just so we can be protected from a Sabrina. 1 more Eevee that we can put down right now, or just a Zubat. I'll take that as well. Professor's Research could technically help us. We need a Pokeball, Eevee, or a Zubat. Zubat it is. Nice. So now we get the guaranteed evolution. Guaranteed 70 damage next turn. They can't evolve off of Eevee, and if they go to Oricorio, it's just dead. Perfect lethal, right? Professor's Research means they can't Mars, but they can still red card if they have it. Waiting on the opponent. The first energy is always the most important thing, right? You're always wondering where that first energy is going to go. But I guess they don't want to give up the opportunity to draw because I think they're bricking on their hand at the moment. Unfortunate for them, but fortunate for us. Energy. Rare candy. I think they know what's about to happen. Cunning Link. 30 damage. Umbreon, 40 damage. Now, sadly, we can't one-shot Oricorio anymore because they giant caped. But they can't one-shot us. And they can't even attack us because they have no energy anymore. So they're not in a good spot. Definitely not. Another Ori. Oh, they're definitely not in a good spot because Crobat can come clean up. We don't need Arceus here. So if they're not trying, if they're not finding their Greninjas or their Garatinas, I think it's done. Let's go ahead and mark this guy. Energy on Arceus. Swing in with Dark Binding. They get their second energy. They get to attack for 50, but Crobat can just clean up. And then we just swing in on the other Oricorio for 40 damage. Oh, wait, they can't even swing in. Never mind. Umbreon. If the defending Pokemon is a basic, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. So even if they double up and put second energy on Oricorio, they cannot attack. They're technically screwed. Okay, they decided to retreat, which I don't think was the smartest play. Yeah, I don't know what their play is right now. I think I just let them keep the Oricorio in. I don't even think I want a Sabrina. I'm just going to go ahead and kill it. It's the one that has the energy, right? Kill everything that has energy on it. Dark Bindings. Perfect lethal. They lose all energy yet again. They can't even attack with Greninja because they need water energy, but they're generating lightning. So the most they can do is do 20 damage, then Cyrus. One of my Pokemon. If they Cyrus Crobat, I get a free retreat. If they Cyrus Arceus, I mean, I can just swap off Arceus over to my Umbreon again. They don't really have any options right now, okay? If they evolve, we can Sabrina. Even if we didn't have Sabrina, we're doing a lot of damage to the front. They're probably playing through every scenario in their head on how they can possibly win this match, but I think it's done. I think the match is over. They're going to Water Shuriken the Crobat. That's it? Okay. Sabrina. We have a Cyrus in the deck too, so Sabrina or Cyrus gets us the win here, but again, they're only doing 60 damage. They can't really do much. Even if they Cyrus next turn, they still can't kill the Crobat. It lives at 10. Nice. This deck is kind of good. This might be Umbreon's deck. We might have found Umbreon's deck here. Way better than the Umbreon Dark Cry Nihilego. That was kind of upsetting, having to deal with 2 energy attack Nihilego. Now at least we have 1 energy attack on both of our Pokemon. Not bad. Today's going to be a shorter stream, that's why, Aiden. Then he would have to Yeah, he would have to deal with the Arceus, who does more than 120 damage. Yeah, we just cooked. We cooked. Now, again, we're not using Leaf in the deck, which sucks. So we're going to see how we fare with an Arceus. We're going second, and we have Arceus in the front. We're going to see how this deck does when we start with Arceus without Leaf to get out of the active spot. Because I did think about putting at least one Leaf. Now, the good news is we do have energy advantage, so we're able to build up on the front line. And when they get energy advantage, all they do is draw a card. So they're not even going to be able to do they're not going to do damage to us until we have second energy. Once we have double energy, that's when they can start swinging in with maybe like a Leafeon. This deck seems fun, not gonna lie. I'm having fun right now. Alright, so they just ended their first turn. Nothing special. I'm gonna put energy, and they are bricking. They ended their turn, did absolutely nothing, right? Red card could help them de-brick. I'm gonna red card anyways. Normally, I don't red card if I don't see they didn't play any Pokemon on the bench. No Pokeballs, no research. But they had 5 cards in hand. It's too good to not red card, right? Because surely they had an evolution, if anything. Maybe they didn't have any basic Pokemon. But they probably at least had an evolution. Alright, so Sabrina could slow them down, theoretically speaking. But I kind of want to get Zubat and Crobat, and this could be a Zubat. 50% chance right now, I think. Never mind. I lied about the 50. I'm just going to end turn. I don't want them to Sabrina me. I'll take a Mars, though. I don't really mind too much. We got our Zubat that we wanted. They got the Leafeon. Solar Beam. So we do not get a chance to Ilima, unfortunately. That's the bad news. The good news is we can still bring this back and win. Fill the entire bench, 130. I'm not even going to retreat. I'm going to see what he does, if he heals or not, because then I can just go Umbreon. As long as he doesn't have a Flareon, we're still looking good. Okay. I think we're dead officially. Yeah, that's officially GG. That's gonna be a hard concede. They get to get energy. Yeah, feels bad. So starting with Arceus isn't that great, is what I'm realizing. But starting with Arceus is only like a what? 30% chance, I think. And we needed Ilima, that one Ilima, to bring it back. Now, granted, again, Giant Cape would protect us. So maybe it's not even we need Ilima, maybe we just need a Giant Cape. I think I'll mention that. We've played enough games to realize Giant Cape would have saved us in multiple situations. Multiple use cases. I think also we can put some blame on us using red card, because red card de-bricked them. So funny enough, I think I'm going to keep the Ilima. I get rid of the red card and I go Giant Cape. Because let's agree that us using red card on that last game kind of helped them out. They ended their first turn immediately. They didn't put down a single Pokemon, no Pokeball, no research. It was kind of safe to say that they were kind of bricking a little bit. So I'm going to swap red card for a Giant Cape for survivability. And we'll see how that goes. You think you might want a Pokemon Communication? That or an Iono. I could kick out Ilima for Iono, but if we do start with Arceus, we're kind of stuck in the front. And he's going to die no matter what, because I can't swap unless I just want to lose that 2 energy. All right, we're going first. I'm going to put down I'm going to hold on to the Arceus, actually. I know we're going first, and Arceus and double Pokeball. No way they can Sabrina into the Arceus, but we could technically draw our gold Arceus, which is what we want. Doesn't change anything, but... Gold Arceus is a gold Arceus, no? So let's go ahead and Pokeball. Finding a Zubat would be good. Yeah, finding a Zubat out of this would be good. 50% chance. Or 66% chance, I think. Because it was a 33% chance it was going to be the gold Arceus. Alright, let's Professors. Ooh, nice. We found the Zubat. Perfect. And we got the Arceus. I think I just put the other Eevee down as well. In our hand, and we're good to go. Because now if they Sabrina, I can just go into the other Eevee, and I'm still drawing cards if I want, or I can evolve into an Umbreon and attack. Versus if they Sabrina and I go Crobat or Zubat, I would need to top deck a rare candy. So at least we can make some moves here, right? The good news about Umbreon versus Giratina, Giratina is a basic Pokemon. He will not be able to attack Umbreon at all. So he's gonna need some other kind of win condition here. Because Umbreon is here, and we are ready to start swinging in, man. Dark Binding and the Dark Weakness. 60 per turn, and Giratina is not able to attack, even if it could. They're going to have to make some moves really quick. So Umbreon, funny enough, is a good counter to this Giratina deck. If they have Giratina... Not even in the active spot, doesn't necessarily need to be. If Giratina was the final standing Pokemon and you had an Umbreon, that Giratina just can't attack after you attack it. Definitely puts him in a checkmate position. So I think they're going to just swing in with Greninja. This is the play, right? They want a Greninja next turn. And sadly, a Sabrina doesn't do us anything, so I think we have to Energy Arceus to try and build up the Arceus. Let them lose that energy, so they're going to lose... Yeah. So they're going to lose 1 Psychic, 1 Water, which means they'll never be able to attack with Giratina ever again. Hopefully. That is what I want to say. Right? I can Cyrus the Giratina anytime in the future. So we'll just let them swap, lose 1 Psychic, 1 Water, go to the Greninja, and then Water Shuriken Mist Slash to get perfect lethal on us. They're not going to be able to Broken Space Bellow because they want to attack, and the next energy they're ramping up is going to be Water Energy. So we can put Arceus in with double energy, I think. I kind of want to get greedy and go Arceus double energy. I'm not going to lie. Because I don't believe that I'm going to be able to top deck a rare candy. Ah, we top decked it. Woe is me, right? Woe is definitely me. Now, funny enough, I can do 2 birds, 1 stone here. Sabrina to hit the Giratina again, because now it's going to have to lose even more energy to get out of the active spot. Right? And then we just end turn. And then once it puts water energy and loses that energy, I can Cyrus and then Crobat it again. And then we have Arceus to clean up 130. Greninja dies. They've already used a giant cape. And we get to win on the next turn. Versus I just let Greninja hit me this turn for 80 damage on Arceus. I think this is a better play. Oh, they're choosing just to get rid of the Giratina. Really? They're opting that the Giratina is gonna just die, right? Yeah, I think they did the math and realized Crobat kills and Arceus kills. This is a very devastating deck, man. Umbreon with Arceus, let's go. I'm liking it. All right. I'm a fan of the deck. We had a very rocky start today with Umbreon and Dark Cry, and I was getting a little sad that we couldn't make Umbreon work, but I think this is Umbreon's deck. This is definitely his deck. I just wish we had gotten it a little bit sooner. So Soul Galo seems like Soul Galo is not going to be a deck at all. Because the only new thing about Soul Galo is what? Sylveon? And I think we all agree that Shiinotic is better than Sylveon, theoretically speaking, because it can deal with Oricorio and it guarantees get you a Pokemon. I just wanted to try out the leftovers in Soul Galo. That's the only reason. Alright, we're going second. Ooh. We're going second, and they're weak to dark. So we have energy advantage. They're stuck in the front with Cosmog, and we have a Cyrus to bring it back. I was just talking about Soul Galo and Shiinotic, and I was thinking to myself, what's better, Soul Galo and Sylveon? Because Sylveon lets you draw 2 and it's a Professor's Research, or Soul Galo and Shiinotic because you get a guaranteed Pokemon which can help you evolve without needing rare candy, essentially speaking. But I think we're about to find out, right? We got rare candy. I'm going to put down Umbreon as well, just in case they want to Sabrina us. We'll go in with the 1 energy on the front, because now we can bring it back whenever we need to. We got to find an Arceus without needing Professor's Research. I'm really hoping we can find an Arceus. They got Sylveon. They're putting 1 energy. Are they teleporting? They are teleporting. If we don't top deck Arceus, I think I'm forced to Cyrus here just to kill it and let them go down to 0 energy. Yeah, we didn't find it, unfortunately. I can still rare candy and evolve because I'm still able to attack without Arceus. But 100% we want to Cyrus this. Their Sylveons can't do anything. The Cosmogs are the problem. Alright, Darkness Fang. 1 Cosmog is down. And now we just have to worry about 1 single Soul Galo, and that's it. And if we find a giant cape, Crobat gets to live in the front. Because their red won't do anything. And I don't think Soul Galo decks run Giovanni, so we can keep Crobat in the front and attack. Alright, I'm not even going to bother using Sabrina. Let's try and find that Arceus as soon as possible. 66% chance Arceus, 33 Zubat. Another Zubat. Womp womp. Don't really know what we want to do here, so we'll just do that and attack. I think I should have swapped. from Crobat to Umbreon. Because now we got to top deck another Crobat. And if they have their Soul Galo, they don't have Soul Galo. We got lucky. And we have our Arceus. Okay. Whew. I'm a little scared, not gonna lie, staying on Crobat. Energy goes to Arceus, obviously. I'm gonna swing in with Cunning. And I think we just retreat into the Umbreon. And then Dark Bind. Because using a Sabrina only kills their Eevee. Which I guess would be good, right? But doesn't get us the win. Alright, so they Rising Road. They kill the Umbreon. I go in with Crobat. Hit for 80. We already used our Cyrus to kill the Soul Galo early. So we cannot Cyrus their, whatchamacallit right now. Crobat's going in. Technically, it doesn't really matter who we throw in right now. Second energy on Arceus. Cunning Link. Darkness Fang for 50. Puts him down to 90. I'm nervous because that Lily is going to bring him back up to 150. We're only doing 130. He's going down to 140. And if we don't top deck another Crobat, it's a 1 in 4 chance. We might be cooked because they most likely have red. There's two ways we can win right here, right now. We need a Crobat top deck or a Giant Cape top deck. And Umbreon top deck is just not it. So if they red, we're dead. Yeah, if they red, we're dead. Actually, no. If they red, they are dead and I'm dead. And it's a draw. So their only option is Lily and attack. Because then they would need another Giant Cape, right? Yeah. They need another Giant Cape here or a Leftovers. Alright, they're opting for the draw. Well played. Well played, well played. If you can't win, might as well draw, right? I didn't find my Giant Cape. I couldn't find the Crobat. Do we think there was a way that we could have technically won if I didn't sacrifice the Crobat, or no? I think I needed to hit that 50 big damage in, no? Yeah, I needed to. Because then we wouldn't have been able to get lethal even if I did have Crobat still alive. If I sacked another Pokemon, we wouldn't have done enough damage. We did just enough that I needed to go Crobat. It's just that I needed a Giant Cape so I can keep my Crobat alive. Yeah, I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? Do you think Soul Galo with Sylveon is better than Shiinotic? Yes or no? Because that's the deck that I wanted to try out, and I never had a chance to try it out because I was convinced if we run into an Oricorio, we lose. Even if we Sylveon and draw cards, they could red card or Mars, which technically defeats the purpose. But with Shiinotic, you're guaranteed to draw the Pokemon back, so I don't know. We're going second. We have Eevee, Arceus in the back. Ooh, it's a good thing we're going second. Because going second, or going first, against a type null when they have energy advantage is a scary thing. They're able to quick blow you, and then they can Soul Valley attack. That's a terrifying thing. Alright, we can't Sabrina. They don't have any other Pokemon. Their Gladion got them a Soul Valley is what they're telegraphing right now. I'm going to go ahead and put the other Eevee down in case they want a Sabrina. And then we'll just collect and hope that we can find an Umbreon. But now we kind of need a Giant Cape. So we top decked Umbreon. We got to top deck a Giant Cape because... Oh, wait, no, it doesn't matter because they're going to quick blow here, right? Unless they decide to evolve. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean, Anonymous. They're putting down another Soul or Type Null. 20 damage, but 20 is still enough to kill us, even if I do get a Giant Cape. I think Sabrina might be the better play here, in all honesty. It's tempo slowdown. I know I'm missing out on like a Zubat, but this is definite tempo slowdown while I get to build my Arceus in the back. And I Dark Bindings, which means that Type Null in the front can't even attack if they wanted to. Most they can do is, what, retreat, but they have to put 1 energy to swap off. So we're still good. Arceus gets to get built, and Arceus can one-shot any of the Soul Valleys. Not bad right now. They are opting to evolve, I think just to retreat, maybe. I kind of hope they retreat and lose that energy. I'm praying they do, because if they do, I'm Cyrusing. Ah, no, no, no. All right. All right, no Cyrus. Professors, we got to find a Zubat, and we got to find a Crobat. We got one Pokeball, 50-50 Arceus and a Zubat. Second energy goes to this energy here. And Dark Bindings. Alright, so Arceus is primed and ready. We're good to go, right? They got Rampardos primed and ready. They've used 3 supporters already as well. And there goes the 4th, which allows them to do 100 damage. As long as we can find a Crobat, which we got, and a Rare Candy, which we got. I think our mind is made up on where we swap to here and pivot. We're going to go Zubat because we get a free retreat. Thanks to the Rare Candy. Their Mars helped us out. Thank you, thank you. Perfect lethal as well. Let's go ahead and put the Pokeball down. Another Zubat. I'm trying to think right now off the top of my head really quick. Do we want another Arceus to be built? Or do we want another Zubat to be built? Right? I think it'll depend on who they throw in here. Because funny enough, if they throw in, say, Soul Valley, I think I stay in with Crobat. And I just attack with Crobat. They can't kill Crobat, but Crobat can kill them. I think that's the play. We stay in, swing. Crobat's the answer. The question is, do I want another Crobat or an Arceus? I think one Arceus is good enough because we already get one shot to a Rampardos. So we're going to go Zubat and then Darkness Fang. That's the answer. We're weak to fighting. We're taking 150. But another Zubat might come in handy. And I'm using Crobat over the Umbreon. Ooh. I think we've lost. I was thinking I needed to throw an Arceus there so I can tank a hit and then just retreat and lose the energy. But then I wouldn't be able to get the energy fast enough for Rampardos, and then we're actually dead. And me without the giant cape in the deck. Woe is me. Because then we could have just giant caped Arceus attack. Yeah, we lost there. Should have given the Umbreon and tried for double Crow, but that wouldn't make any sense. If I give the Umbreon, they go up +2 still, and there's no way I can pull a rare candy and a Crobat in the same turn because I just top decked rare candy this turn. So when you think about it, that doesn't make sense either. The only play was give up the Zubat and hope I top deck a giant cape this turn. That was the only line we could take. 50, 80. We're dead, right? Yeah, we're dead on field. Yeah, that's dead on field. Maybe we need double giant cape in the deck, huh? There's a lot of Pokemon where we need a giant cape. Double giant cape could be an answer. I haven't used Ilima one single time since we've made and crafted this deck. Deck is 4-2 at the moment. Ilima hasn't done anything yet. But the moment I take Ilima out for another giant cape, I'm gonna need Ilima. Debatable. If Umbreon only had 110 HP, yeah. Alright, let's go one more. Let's try and get one more good win here. I think if we still don't use Ilima, I'm going to just say that you can take Ilima out. And maybe go double giant cape. No, I don't think Sylveon is needed either. So Anonymous, you think Sylveon Soul Galo is better than Sylveon, or Soul Galo Shiinotic, right? Just like double check. Because I was also thinking it might be better because like a Professor's, you're drawing 2. But against an Oricorio, you technically just lose. There's no way you win. Alright, we're going first. Against mirror matchup. Not really. They're Psychic, we're Dark. And I think they're Giratina as well. Let's go ahead and Pokeball. If it's a Zubat, it's good, but not really. Because we need Arceus, which we did just get. Not bad. I guess we'll throw it down. Usually when people see you use a Pokeball but not put anything down, that's like... that's their move to use a Mars or a red card immediately. It always happens, right? So we'll put it down. Sure, why not? We got the Crobat, but we're still missing a Zubat, sadly. Let's go ahead and collect. Sad news is, we got our Giant Cape a little late, which means that if they evolve into a Sylveon EX, they can kill our Eevee. And our Arceus has 0 energy on it. Good news is, we do have Ilima in hand, which means after he attacks our Arceus once, and I Giant Cape and he attacks it twice, I can Ilima and bring it back. It buys it. Ah, there goes Ilima. Never mind. I take it back. Ilima is officially gone. We got our Zubat, but that won't really do much. And we take 2 hits and we're dead on Arceus, so that's not going to do much. We're only putting energy so we can try and retreat the next turn, right? Sylveon Rampardos with dual energy. I mean, we're doomed no matter what. No matter how we look at this right now, we are technically just doomed, right? All they have to do is just swap Rampardos, punch, and then I have no energy on field, right? I'm like, oh snap, he can Rampardos, let me swap. Now I have no energy. So after he kills with Rampardos, he just has to kill again. Rough start. Very rough start. Nah, Cape wouldn't buy us another turn. They just swapped from Sylvally to the Rampardos. Or Sylveon. Dang, Sylveon. The fact that it's working for you is bonkers. What, Rampardos, Sylveon? I wanted to get one more good win in with Umbreon, because the deck did cook a little bit. I think we're on like a 4-game win streak. We're just getting some unfortunate card draws at the moment. Am I still wanting to change it? I'm thinking right now. I'm not sure. We're going second. I think Zubat in the front is probably the best. We'll go Arceus in the back. All we have to do is survive one single turn and pray that they don't Sabrina. As long as they don't Sabrina this turn, we're good. All right, nice. So now we can Pokeball, put some stuff down. We got Eevee, which we definitely want because we have Umbreon in hand. And I'm hoping this is another Zubat. Nice, double Zubat. We'll take it. I will just go ahead and swing in. I know I should be building the Arceus, but look, he didn't put anything down. We get 40 damage. If he somehow bricks, then we'll take a free win. You know? Why not? We still kill. So he's got to swap and lose energy. And we can Cyrus and kill. So energy, swap, and then I Cyrus and he loses all energy. And we're still up on energy. Yeah, here we go. The Zubat, man, with all these psychic decks running around. Oh yeah, we'll definitely take it. Let's go ahead and just Cyrus immediately just so he knows what's up. What's happening, what's going on. Let's Umbreon. Energy on that and Bite. So now even if he has Sylveon EX and wants to evolve, he can't attack the next turn. Right? He can't attack. I think the player rage quit. Maybe not. I think they're coming back. There's no way they give up that early, right? This deck that they're playing might be another Sylveon variation, I believe. Which is going to be 2 Gengar EXs. Or maybe it's like 1 Gengar EX, 2 normal Gengar, and then Sylveon. Every single deck is getting Sylveon. Decks that you didn't even think needed Sylveon is getting Sylveon. Like, whenever I play Shining Revelry Charizard, 15 trainer, with the Stoke Charizard, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, with the Pokemon Common and Iono, I've never bricked. I'm always stoking on curve. It's simple. But now people are running Sylveon with Stoke Charizard, which is crazy. Because I guess it keeps your Stoke Charizard out of the danger zone. They don't have to worry about getting hit in the front line. So it's technically acting as a shield and card draw. Best of both worlds. Like, I didn't even think that Charizard deck needed it, but we're running Sylveon with Charizard. They're running Soul Galo Sylveon when we already have Soul Galo Shiinotic. We got Gengar trying to make a comeback now from Genetic Apex. Crazy, man. Sylveon is literally in every single deck. Sylveon is just a lot better when you can make decks that are Psychic based as well, because then Sylveon also has an option to attack if you want, versus being in other kind of decks like a Soul Galo, and Sylveon can quite literally never attack unless you want to run dual energy, which would kind of suck. All right, so sad news is I think the opponent just decided to rage quit. Yeah, because of the Cyrus that we used to bring back that Haunter. Unfortunately for them, but fortunate for us. We'll take another one. And you have to deal with 2 Zards if you add a Sylveon. We did win. We won a game earlier today, did we not? Against 2 Stoke Charizards and a Sylveon. Because when they brought in the other healthier Charizard, they had to Stoke again, which let them be vulnerable in the front line. And then all we had to do was just Cyrus the back, and then we won. All right, so this is the Umbreon-Crobat Arceus deck. I've only tried 2 different Umbreon decks, but this is the one that felt nice to me compared to running Umbreon with Dark Cry, for example, with Nihilego and Poison Barb. This one's running double Eevee, double Umbreon, double Zubat, double Crobat, no stage 1, but we're running Rare Candy. I might run into inconsistencies because not the stage 1, but we had a lot of good games. Surprisingly, we're running 2 Arceus, 2 Pokeball, and 2 Professor's Research. Cyrus Sabrina combo as usual, good utility. And now this is where you can actually change up some stuff. Ilima, I don't think I had a single game out of all the games I've played where I used Ilima. I had Ilima in the deck just in case we start with Arceus in the front and they absorb damage on him while I build up a back Arceus or something, and then I can Ilima the front. We're good, healthy, they can't Cyrus us again, they don't get a +2 and we're good to go. That scenario never played out, never happened, so you could take out Ilima for a Dawn if you want. If you're attacking with Crobat in the front, you could technically retreat for free, Dawn the energy from Crobat to Arceus to get an early swing in and surprise the opponent. You could also swap out Ilima for a Leaf if you want, if you just want to Leaf off of Arceus. But ideally, you really want to just have Zubat and Umbreon on the front. Those are your main damage dealers and your your early game aggressors, rather. So optionally, you could take Ilima out and then just throw in another Giant Cape, because Giant Cape is the big card in the deck. You're staying alive against many Pokemon out there, like Incineroar doing 140 damage, Soul Galo with red doing 140 damage with red, a Rampardos when you're weak to fighting and Rampardos doing 150 damage to you. Giant Cape puts you up to 160, so you live with 10 HP. You live against a Charizard Shining Revelry that does 150 damage, and you'll live at 10 HP. There's a lot of Pokemon out there where Giant Cape is going to be viable, so yes, I do think that swapping out an Ilima for another Giant Cape and going 2 Giant Capes just for that maximum use of trying to find it would be good. And plus, if you have double Giant Cape, you can Giant Cape your Umbreon in the front, and you'll survive a Silvally attack. And you can also put the second Giant Cape on Arceus, but it's more so for consistency on pulling the Giant Cape, so it's not at the very bottom of your deck. I really don't think Umbreon is the greatest Pokemon card out of all the evolutions that we've gotten with this expansion. They definitely need an EX version to bring it back, but for now, this is what felt like it worked for me against the current meta that we're currently facing. Sylveon and Stoke Charizard are goated. You went on a 12 win streak in Ultra Ball 4. Sometimes you brick, of course, but overall very good. Let's see. I'm trying to think. This expansion is everyone adding Sylveon. True. Everyone is adding Sylveon to every single deck they can find. So the only other decks that we wanted to try out is gonna be Silvally, Jolteon. It's interesting. Because I think Jolteon only works if you have Jolteon in the front. I think it's the one energy attacker though. So if you have Silvally in the front, you built energy on Silvally, you could still just swap from Silvally, lose the energy, go Jolteon, and you'll do 60 damage and that's it. Still don't know if that's all too great or not. Someone said Silvally, Tapu Koko, and Zero Aura though. I think that's an older deck, right? That's an older deck variant. I'm not sure, Ryan. I'm trying to see. It is Friday, and we all know what Friday means. Yes? So, Anonymous, this is the deck that I made. Because I was going to try it out as well, right? I ran Sylveon with Eevee, and I still kept the stage 1 with rare candies and everything else, right? Sabrina, Red, Lily, Mars. Mars because they're going to kill one of your Pokemon no matter what, and then you can take them down from any cards to 1. And I comboed with the Leftovers. Because Leftovers keeps you alive if you attack with Soul Galo. You don't go down to 170, you go back up to 180, and that technically keeps you alive against Stoke Charizard, which is kind of big, right? Stoke Charizard. You still live against an Incineroar with Red. Incineroar, oh no, actually Incineroar by itself, if you're doing damage to it, is doing 160. 140 plus 20 from the weakness, so you still live at 20. But you're still dead to a Howl. I don't think any Incineroar deck anymore is going to be running Red. They're going to be running Howl. Because Howl works with any Pokemon, not just against EX Pokemon. So it's just better, infinitely better than Red. More damage and more options. So I'm thinking Leftovers really just keeps you alive against Stoke Charizard. And that's it. The only reason why I didn't want to try this deck out in ranked mode was because I was afraid of all the Oricorios, and we ran into at least 2 of them today in 2.5 hours. I guess not a whole lot, but we did run into at least 2 Oricorios. No, I haven't tried Togekiss Sylveon. It's a deck we haven't tried. I think you should remove Cosmoem for something else. Yeah, I guess realistically, if you do have all that card draw, you could remove Cosmoem for something else, right? Say, like, a wild card to throw in just to kill an Oricorio. Either a colorless or a psychic. I know there's Magearna. Magearna, I think, is a 2 energy. I wish it was 1 energy. I wish it was 1 energy, but I think Magearna technically can get you the job done. Yeah. 2 energy and you're doing 80 damage to an Oricorio. And that can be like a wild card you throw in. Especially if you already have the card draw with Sylveon EX. You're going to probably skip on the stage 1 regardless and just go straight for the rare candy evolution. And now you have Magearna in the front for Oricorios, so you're not completely lost. Then the deck seems like it's a little better. You go single energy. Seems good, right? How's it going, Sandra? How's it going, Rhea? All right. So I guess we'll try out Soul Galo Sylveon next time. Do I need 2 leftovers? No, usually 1 leftovers is good enough because you're only going to be attacking with 1 single Soul Galo. That's the idea. You're only going to be attacking with 1 single Soul Galo, right? And if your first Soul Galo does eventually die with the leftovers, then your second Soul Galo should be able to clean up, realistically speaking. Even without leftovers. At least that's my idea. Double leftovers wouldn't really matter, I don't think. Unless you're going up against double Charizard. But if you hit a Charizard one time with Soul Galo and then you live an attack from Charizard, you get to swing in and hit that Charizard, kill it, unless they have another Charizard in the back built, which odds are they probably don't because they need a Stoke first before they can use the second Charizard. You get a free 120 hit in with that Soul Galo that's living at 10 HP still. So technically 3 whole hits with Soul Galo, and then your second Soul Galo gets to clean up. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now by saying that. So theoretically, I attack first with Soul Galo, right? Say they don't have any points on the board. They're running Stoke Charizard. Obviously, they're not attacking with Soul Galos or Sylveons or whatever. I get to absorb damage with Sylveon in the front. My Soul Galo finally comes in, swings in on their Stoke Charizard. I hit him. He lilies, he hits me. I live at 10 HP thanks to my leftovers on my first Soul Galo. I hit him again, I'm doing 240 damage, he's dead. Because Lily only puts you at 240 HP. Now he brings in the second Charizard. He can't attack with the second Charizard unless he doesn't want to evolve the second Charizard. And if he doesn't evolve the second Charizard, our second Soul Galo cleans up regardless. So he most likely evolves it, and then he has to stoke. And as he's stoking, I get a free hit again with the 10 HP Soul Galo. So that's 3 hits, and then he finally swings in for his big hit. Which means now my second Soul Galo, full health, 180 health. Doesn't need another rare candy because we're just cleaning up. And that's like the worst matchup scenario, right? Because Charizard is our worst matchup. But that just shows that you only need 1 leftovers if you play that in your head. Because as long as leftovers can prevent you from getting 1 shot, you're able to keep swinging. And that's good enough. Just 1 time. You can use many options like colorless attackers or Skarmory if the objective is not to be countered by Soul Galo. Yeah, Magearna being 2 energy, I don't like because... I mean, technically it doesn't matter if Magearna is 2 energy. If they have an Oricorio in the front line and I have a Magearna in the back line being built up, they know the inevitable is going to happen, right? If they stay in with the front, so it's perfectly fine. I don't think I need to go like... Because I don't think there's going to be another colorless, and I know Guzma is very active in most decks, so Skarmory with Pokemon tools doesn't really feel like I want to run that. I think Magearna is fine, because they'll see the Magearna, they'll get spooked in the front with Oricorio, most likely swap from Oricorio in the front to something else. And if they don't, well, Magearna gets a free kill anyways, and once they kill Magearna with someone else, then so Galeo swings back. It's like a whole kind of tic-tac-toe, right? Where I think we win on all outcomes. Alright. Chat, I hate to do this to you guys, but it's Friday. We got stuff to do. Don't leftovers leave you at 10 HP versus Charizard then? If you attack next, don't you still die? Oh, yeah, you're right. Because leftovers is at the end of my turn, not the end of the turn. I thought it was at the end of every turn. It's at the end of my turn. So even after I attack, I'm still going to die because of leftovers. I would need to then go into my Lily. No, yeah, you're right. That's where I guess the second leftovers would be good for the second Soul Galeo. Because once Charizard attacks, I'm down from 180 to 1 or 10. I can't get my 10 HP until the end of my turn. I thought it was like at the end of their turn I get it, and at the end of my turn I get it. That'd be too OP, I guess, right? Yeah, so I guess Lily would be the only option. Or throw in another leftovers. And 2 leftovers technically can help you find consistency if I did want to go double leftovers. Because then I can just Sabrina later on and kill the Sylveon. Because most Charizard decks now are running Sylveon. And Sylveon is weak to metal, which means that you can just Sabrina, hit the Sylveon, and you win. So it seems good, right? Seems good. It's debatable. You're convincing me. We'll see. We're gonna play the Soul Galo deck tomorrow. All right. Yeah, shoot, Ryan. Ask away. We're going to be playing the Soul Galo Sylveon deck tomorrow. I'm going to be trying the Decidueye deck as well. I don't know if it's going to be that great in ranked mode, but I really wanted to try out. Like, Incineroar got better with how. Primarina EX is good with how. I want Decidueye to get some love too. We got double Pheromosa, double EX, 1 basic Decidueye, and that's it. I want to see if this deck can technically work. We got Guzma, double Howl, Sabrina, Erica, 1 Leaf Cape. And that's it. So we're going to try that tomorrow. I'm not going to try the Silvally Jolteon. I might try the Tapu Koko unless that's an older deck. I'm going to be out of town on Sunday and Monday, so you guys won't see me Sunday or Monday. But if we can record enough videos tomorrow, we'll try and get some footage up on the YouTube channel, some clips as well on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the days that we're not here, and hopefully Tuesday. Our Umbreon deck, I think I'm going to make it go live Sunday. So we're going to skip tomorrow's upload. I'll just upload a couple of clips instead. And we'll upload the Umbreon deck that we played today on Sunday, just to give me a little bit of breathing room, a buffer, if anything, while I'm out of town. If you think up against another Soul Galo, would I brick? I don't know. That's why I want to play the Soul Galo deck and see if we beat a Soul Galo Shiinotic deck. Why doesn't Cape work? Because once we leftovers on the front, well, Cape, the reason why I don't want to Cape most of the time, Anonymous, is because people love running Guzma, right? The thing is, if I leftovers, I can leftovers before I attack, go down from 180 to 170, and then that 170 goes back up to 180. No matter what, that Charizard can't kill us because it's doing like the 150 unless it uses red, right? But even if it was using red, it would still kill us with the Cape anyways, because we go from 200 to 190, and then we're taking 190 from Charizard red. The difference with using Cape, however, if I Cape and then attack, and I go down from 200 to 190, all they have to do on their turn is Guzma. I go from 190 to 170, they get to do perfect lethal. And I feel like a lot more people in that Charizard deck is probably running Guzma versus red, because they probably automatically assume that red can kill everyone anyways, and they're running double Lily, Guzma, etc. Can't I use Adaman at that point? Might be too many trainers at that stage. Unless I want to kick out like a Mars, throw in Adaman. I do see what you're getting at, but Cape does the same thing, right? We go from 200 to 190, and then 190 to 170. I guess a giant Cape, assuming that they don't Guzma, will allow you to attack again, right? That's the difference. Yeah, I've never really ran Adaman. I just don't like Adaman. Maybe. We'll see. We'll check it out tomorrow in Theorycraft and try some runs. Yo, take it easy, Chip. Take it easy, Roha. Yeah, we're gonna upload the Umbreon video we had with Umbreon-Crobat Arceus. That will be live Sunday. Sunday. And that's only because I don't know if we're gonna come back tomorrow and record some more footage for Decidueye and Soul Galo, and hopefully get some decks out of that. But if not, at least we have a little bit of breathing room. Umbreon will go live Sunday. Tomorrow, Saturday, no videos going live, but we'll have a couple of YouTube clips going up. I'll work on that today. But yeah, tomorrow is our last day, and then we'll be back probably Wednesday for more Pokemon Pocket, if you guys want to know the schedule. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend if I don't see you guys tomorrow. Much love, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for the final day, and then I'll be back Wednesday afterwards. All right, you guys take care. Much love. I gotta go run some errands and stuff.